Okay, let's get the last 8 bits on this expansion unit going. So what I want to do again, I think I'm going to put it in another subroutine. Add new routine. I'm going to call this one expansion outputs. It's going to be ladder diagram. Make sure that says ladder diagram. Hit OK. So I've got my expansion outputs. So again, I'm just going to go put wrong here. And we're going to bring that down and we'll just make it power on. And I'm going to do this. Copy instruction. And paste. All right. So it says flasher. I don't want it to be flasher. I want it to be expansion output. So that's another way you can copy, paste, change the thing. So now when power's on, we're going to go into the expansion outputs. All right, we're going to double click expansion outputs. How are we going to turn these on? All right, what I want to do with these, I want to use a timer counter. Okay, so count up. I'm going to throw a count up, and I'm going to use I can use flash bit or flasher, so they're the same thing. They're on at the same time. So every time the flash bit comes on, I'm going to count. Okay. New tag. I'm just going to call it counter 1. Make sure, since I clicked it out of there, it come up as a counter. So that's the one thing, data type. If you just did from the tag editor, you would have to make sure that if you want to create a counter, you have to get the counter data type. So now I've created a counter. I'm going to have a preset. Let's see, we'll say 8. So every time it's going to go to 8. So what? All right, so now I'm going to add a rung. And let's see, what have we used? Let's look at compare. Okay. Let's just say that when I was hoping to get accumulator. Okay. Let's go down. Counter. Click down. Counter accumulator. So when counter accumulator is equal to 1, I am going to turn on expansion output 0. So it should be when that goes to 1, this one should come on. And let's just do this. We're going to get to something here to reset these. And we'll just keep building that. So you build that, same thing. We can start it, go down here, do rung. I can do copy. I messed up. I hit undo. Copy instruction. Paste. So again, I want that one this time. I want it to be 2. And I don't want it to be that one. Backspace 1. suspension output, not 0. Okay, so what I can also do is I can do copy run. Paste. Paste. I can delete that one. So 1, 1, 1. So before I get going too far, make sure I've got 0, 1, 2. A little bit. Remember that this is 3, 4, 3, 5, 4. Oh, and I will have to always make sure I do this. I'm going to lash themselves in. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Paste. 6. 5. 7. 8. 7. 8. So we'll see how some stuff works. We'll put another run here. Run. Let's delete that. Let's change this 1 to 9. And we'll say copy counter 1 is 9. Let's go to counters. Reset. And a reset. And a reset. All right, verify. Let's go online, just do a quick check. This is how you experiment. So output 1 is on. Output 2 comes on, stays on. This is every 2.5 seconds. So every 2.5 seconds, those outputs should come on. And then on the last turn at 9, we should reset. So we see output 3. I see the output coming on. 5th output. 6. 7. Okay, so it reset. However, since I latched these ons, we need to add some more to this. All right, let's go back offline. And we're going to edit this rung. And we'll put a parallel branch. We're going to move that over here. Move that in there. Put this in here. Create a new tag. It's going to be Boolean. I'm going to call it expansion out reset. And guess what? We're going to go and add this to that. So we'll add these all up here. Nope, edit, undo, undo. Grab the whole thing. Good thing there's undos. All right, let's go download it again. So this is kind of how you do programming. You try something, see if it works. Hopefully there's nothing critical in the real world that can happen bad. If it does, then you got to make extra care to make sure something is not going to work. We're bench testing our outputs. So I'm creating a sequencer again, but I'm using counters as a sequencer, not the typical sequencer. So there's good and bad. So I'm in remote run. Let's expand this down here. So you see again, I'm going across, going down every 2.5 seconds. We're going to change that timer here in a little bit. We can see 4, 5, 6. We'll see if this works. So 7. It gets to 9. And it shut them all off and starts over. So it shut them off. Let's go in and go to our flasher. Let's see, we can probably change this to 1,000. Not going to let us change it to 1,000. Okay, so we'll have to go offline. And I'll change it to 1,000 there. So everything will be on a 1 second like everything else is. Go online. So we'll get this changed. Now we should be able to check all our outputs. Okay, go back to expansion outputs. They should be now coming on every second, which is what they're doing. So this is a sequencer using a counter and an equal function. So we could actually use this as a step sequence too, that when it's in step 1, step 2, step 3. There's been programs I have been familiar with that use counters as sequencers. So sometimes this is an easier type of sequencer to troubleshoot than the sequencer function. Just want to show that this is another way to do it. So right now you should be seeing all your outputs should be coming on, and you should be checking your micrologics to see if those inputs are coming on.